welcome to Economics 101, where every choice you make has an economic impact, whether you believe it or not. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about this semester is every choice that you make or choice that you decide not to do something is going to impact the economy. We're going to be studying lots of things this semester, including wants and needs and how they aren't exactly maybe what you think it is. Kind of like, I don't think that word means what you think it means. Supply and demand and how those impact the economy and one another, goods and services, along with a bunch of different types of things having to do with personal finance. And if there's something that you'd like to talk about in economics, then have at it. We will talk about it. All right, so class flow for this semester is going to be a little bit different, and I think that we're going to need to work on it as we go, and if it works for us, great. If not, we will figure out a different way. So for right now, what I'm envisioning is you will complete an activity in preparation for class the next day, or the next time that I will see you. And that activity will be contained in a slide deck, and that's accessible through Schoology. The directions will be plain as day, and you have the option of completing them on paper or in the slide deck, but you do have to complete them prior to class so that you're ready for our reinforcement activities and for when I go over them. Those will count as your process grades because we are doing 80-20, 80% achievement grades and 20% process grades. So the different types of assessments or achievements that we'll have this semester could include things like infographics, PSAs, one-pagers, anchor charts. You are going to have choice in how it is that you complete these achievements, and also, again, if they're digital or on paper. So in the slide decks that have the assignments, you're going to see this slide and this slide each time that you have a slide deck so that you can remind yourself as to what the criteria to earn 5, because everything's out of 5 points for our standards-based grading this year, and a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. You'll notice that they are color-coded. 5 is green, which means you're in great shape. 4 is orange, you're still in good shape. 3, we might need to have a little caution there if you're missing some things. And then if you get to a 2, 1, or 0, you'll notice that they're red because we need to stop and we need to go back and we need to redo those. We can definitely do that during office hours or a different time during the week that best meets your needs. So next in the slide deck, this is a conversion chart for your rubric score right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, or an average of something. And then the numerical score that you're more used to seeing. So if you were to get, for example, an average of a 3.5 on an assignment, that would be an average of an 85. So let's see how that works. So on the slide decks that you have, they will have a chart like this that will not only indicate what standard it is that we're going over, but the different activities on each of the slides. So, for example, on this slide deck, on slide 6, there would be an ed puzzle that you would need to complete. And then I would go in on the back end of the ed puzzle and look to see how well you did. And if you got them all right, then I would turn that green on your slide deck. And then if you were to go to slide 7 and do the answers and you did a great job, but then when we got to slides 8 and 9 and the ed puzzle, maybe you were struggling a little bit more, you can go back and do them again to get more credit. And then you did a great job on all the rest of them. Remember that green is 5 points, yellow is 3 points, and red is 0 points based on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 that I talked about earlier. So if I were to add up all of the green and the yellows, that's down here, right here, all of these numbers are indicative of all of these colors. That would be a 51 out of 55, which in normal times would equal a 93, but we need to go back to our conversion chart and I would look at the 93 and I would say, okay, so that's a 4.3. So on this slide deck, you would have earned a 93 or a 4.3. And this is something that it's a different way of doing this for sure. But you know what? We have learned new ways of doing things for most of our lives. And so we're going to be able to do this. I got this. You got this. We got this. And I will be here for you as we go through economics this semester. And I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to have a great time.